Yeah, my name is Bakheet Beshtawy. I will start from the running story. I am a runner, and my aim is to run the Earth circumstances. It's, I think, 40,000 something kilometers. I just finished 30%. Anyway, if you want more details, you can go to Twitter, my Twitter account. Okay, for open access support for healthcare professionals, Dubai Health Authority. Dubai Health Authority is a local government institution providing healthcare for the Emirates of Dubai. Dubai Health Authority is 4 hospitals, more than 21 health centers and clinics, more than 9,000 healthcare professionals. We are talking about physicians, nurses, technicians, pharmacists, etc., etc. The library serving those staff or users with all the required information needed. Published research that is open and peer-reviewed is the best science. I believe in that, and I think you believe like me, but open and peer-reviewed together. As a local government provider, Dubai Health Authority, we want to assure that research published in a legitimate journals and openly accessible. The other or the opposite of legitimate journals is predatory. In the morning, 2-3 sessions about this topic, predatory. And we want to enhance research capacities for our staff by improving the visibility of DHA authors' research. This role actually so far done by the medical library, and we are proud to do that, and librarians should also lead such aim and support researchers with such things. So far, Dubai Health Authority published open access journals, 2+1, 2 already there, and 1 hopefully next year or starting from 2023. You can see it, and all these journals are published under Dubai brand. Okay, and we already archiving more than 25 years of one of the international journals of diabetes and metabolism, and make it open access for everyone. And we are publishing also the clinical practice guidelines and make them accessible openly. And for example, the telemedicine guideline coming soon, hopefully in a month, you can see open access, and you can reach as an open access the telemedicine guideline for Dubai Health Authority. We have a well-managed accessible library, and the website of this library allows all users freely reach any open resource except the paid one. And in this occasion, I recommend that all library websites to allow users to come to reach, because some library website, when you click on that website, stop you asking for library, asking for username and password, and you cannot see anything. Our library is openly there, and anybody can benefit from all what's available there if it is not paid. Okay, all is open except the paid resources. We have open reach using the library website without login. Open freely newsletter, one-click article. We have a newsletter especially if you are using your mobile or an iPad. In one click, you will reach the article, but you should keep in mind that the article is available as open access, not paid resource. We have also open research and support page, accessible for all DHA staff and even from outside. We have also an open predatory journals guidance. I will let you later see the link. You can use it. You can even share it with your colleagues there. And also we have an open journal club, but virtual. And as you know, journal clubs, the leading for journal clubs are the medical, let us say, field. And we have open education, CME, continuing medical education, or the IPOC, Internet Point of Care. Anyone use the library website for finding resources can fill the form, and we will reward you by 0.5 CME points. Maybe the CME points is usually used by medical or healthcare professionals. So this is one of the open education we use. And we have an open specialty also pages as well. The open library collection for external is available. Because sometimes if you go to a website and library website and you click on JAMA, for example, or any or EBSCOR, the library will send you to log in. Am I right? But in our case, we have both the options. One, to bring the users to log in, so as they will benefit from the paid resources. This is for Dubai Health Authority staff. And another page to send the user to that, for example, publisher, and at least to benefit from what's available there. We believe that digital makes better access by users and better open access. So Dubai Health Authority journals, and Dr. Kamal, I think you will be happy to see that the Dubai Medical Journal, 5 years now, using the diamond model, no A, B, C, 100%. Okay, online submission system, double blind and peer reviewed. So this is as an example of an open access journal using the platinum diamond model without any ABC. We already indexed in Web of Science, PubMed Central, Google Scholar, and the DOAG fully electronic journal. Just here, if you want to learn more about the platinum diamond category, articles are free for all to read and reuse immediately upon publication. ABC paid by 4 authors by Dubai Health Authority, no costs for authors. Authors retain the copyright. License is the, the CC by type of license. Okay. This is just a statistic of 195 manuscripts. And here you can see some statistics by country. We have more than 48 papers, papers received from more than 48 countries. At the top, you can see the UAE authors or manuscripts coming from the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, Pakistan, United Kingdom, Thailand, and so on. The second journal is the Dubai Diabetes and Endocrinology Journal. Same thing, published by Kargar, owned by DHA, open access using the platinum diamond category, no APC, online submission system, double blind, peer reviewed, indexing, Google Scholar, and DOG. Okay. And the third one is the Dubai Nursing Journal. Hopefully will start 2023 by the great publisher Knowledge, and the same thing will apply to Dubai Nursing Journal. More brand journals with the word Dubai are on the way. Just wait. The whole role regarding these journals are done by the library, okay? So far. I will talk little about predatory journals. I know this subject opened in the morning. What harm caused by predatory journals and publishers? Let me start with number 2. By the way, the medical sciences is the most affected literature by predatory journal. This is by research and caused publishing a lot of unscientific medicine. Predatory and low quality journals corrupt the literature for sure. And publishing without peer review gives poor academics, clinicians a chance to get promoted or maybe a job. And at the same time, it can actually affect good academics and clinicians the chance of earning promotion or a job. I'm a professor and I want to be promoted, and I published in a journal, and the committee discovered that this journal is predatory. This will harm and affect me. Damage the reputation of institutions and funding agencies like Qatar Foundation, where is Al-Walid? Okay, and affect also the author index, because usually predatory articles published in predatory journals that maybe not cited at all. And you know, the H index for authors depend on citation. What we did in Dubai Health Authority to support avoiding predatory journals, the library led this initiative 3 years ago. And we did a small survey in DHA for authors from Dubai Health Authority, and we found that around 26% of DHA authors published in predatory journals, not different from the study done by the Inter-Academy Partnership AAP, around 25%. So it means that all of us are in the same boat. Okay, what we did in DHA, we have regular online sessions, thanks for Teams and Zooms nowadays. And we give lectures on how to avoid potential predatory journals for DHA authors. And also we create a form. You can, by the way, use it right away. You can read the form by your mobile cam, or even take the URL. And we deal with the author's case by case. At the same time, when we receive a request through this form, we deal with it confidential. Because usually if I have cheated, I don't want people to know that this is a habit. Am I right? Okay, so please take this link, share it with your colleagues, and we are willing to guide. And again, this is led by the medical library. Thank you. And that's Chicago Marathon medal, but it's correct.
So today I'm going to talk about our journey in general and why we're doing a lot of things that we're doing and how basically a small company can make a big difference and can contribute to a topic as grand as open science. With Bakheet, we share definitely an interest in running. Beforehand, we've managed to do some runs together. It was very hard to follow his footsteps. I went for a run last night to do the loop around the area around here, and I sent it to Bakheet. This morning, I got a message back. He had ran double the distance that I had run. So great. So what I would like to start with is one quote. So basically, if we want to see change, if we want to see things happen, if we want to see a difference, we need to start from ourselves and start from the things that we can control. So if you want to see change, first thing you need to change is you need to change yourself. We can only manage things that are within our control, and sometimes it's limited, but we can start from those areas that we can change. Sometimes it's an idea, sometimes it's positive feedback, sometimes an idea can turn into a project, and sometimes it's a company, sometimes it's a foundation, but everything starts from an idea. And there's a message that the TV will be turned off, by the way, if I don't press any buttons, but I don't have any buttons here. So I think this is a driver for any change and for all what we're doing. At the center of what we're doing, you've seen towards a more knowledgeable world. It's a big vision for a small company that just started for a couple of people, but after 10 years, 70 people running, starting a conference like this and making contributions in various projects shows that basically, any vision can be achievable, but again, it's a step-by-step approach. Now, that vision has trickled down into some of the work that we do, and really in today's world, with everything moving so fast, the pursuit of knowledge, and availability of knowledge is really fundamental for moving forward. And basically, we work closely with all the various stakeholders from schools up to higher education institutes to really solve some of the society's most significant challenges. Now, one of the big work that we can put into numbers is, so this is a 10-year journey. Rather than talking about number of institutions that we're working with, I wanted to show some statistics that I'm proud of. In these years, we've managed to build 5 schools. We've managed to contribute to scientific discovery by publishing over 9,000 articles. We've managed to bring girls back into education, and we've supported more than 25,000 researchers as part of this journey. Some of the work that we've done and the event that we have today is from the Knowledge Foundation. The Knowledge Foundation has supported some of the schools, well, all the schools that we've built. For some of the construction, I've actually traveled to those countries to take place into the construction, and actually definitely recommend it to, in some countries we're talking about open science. We're talking about availability of literature. In some countries, there's need for a ceiling above heads, some books, a classroom to actually go and study. So in this whole global movement, like, the availability of science sometimes means the availability of education, and that comes from schools. And it's definitely a humbling, eye-opening experience when you see the challenges firsthand in places where no electricity, no running water, and all different grades have to cram up into one room and the hope in the communities when together they participate in the school building. You never know that simple ceiling, by just providing some books, who will come out of that system. We're in Senegal and we were talking, who knows, maybe the next president can be from this remote village, just by having that opportunity to go through that education. Now, why has the foundation supported F.O.R.M? Because, well, at the heart of what we do is we work on basically accessibility, availability, and inclusivity of research and education for everyone and everywhere. Again, within our reach, we can do what we can affect and what we can impact. Maybe one day it will be bigger, but you just have to start with what you can. And of course, the foundation is supporting the building of schools. We had a pledge from 2017 to 2020 to build a school every year with Dubai Cares, in partnership with Dubai Cares. We've completed that. And now we're also supporting open science initiatives. We're supporting climate change. I don't know if we managed to add this picture in the slide. I made one. I know we don't. Yeah, so one of the activities that the foundation supported, and if you visit AUC grounds and Alexandria, we've supported in partnership with the University of Exeter and the UK Met Office in preparation for COP27. They have came up with a narrative of 12 stories built on local folklore from Egypt, and a big activity spinning off from the COP26 that started. And now the essence of those stories, the stories itself would be a publication, will be available. There will be a public performance in Tahrir Square on the 3rd of November. And it's got the support of UNICEF, the Ministry of Education. And what we have done, the foundation has supported an artwork piece that is going to be located in the American University of Cairo, Alexandria, and Exeter itself. And it's basically displaying the essence of those 12 stories in a very big moral, showing like, yeah, the earth spins, the future of the planet is in our hands, and really embedding the culture of caring about climate change and the issues that surround us. Now, what we do in order to support the open science ecosystem can fall into different categories. One is the development and sharing of knowledge. I'll talk about that a bit later. Fostering interdisciplinary projects. That's also something that it's really important to today's world. And like when you look at an issue like COVID, it's not only one field or one science that can solve the problem. These global challenges need that multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary approach involving social sciences, humanities, STM, and so on and so forth. So we're getting involved in a lot of projects that are supporting interdisciplinary approach to higher education. Building capacity in academia and research, at the end of the day, feeding into any open science ecosystem is the production of science, and building that capacity, as it has been stated in all the different talks earlier. And again, when it comes to the ecosystem, supporting and the publishing and dissemination of scientific content, we have also created an open access diamond platform where we're supporting regional journals and conferences around the globe, and we're really giving that platform to be able to, and the tools and the standards and the guidelines and the capacity to be able to embark on this journey. Now, some more examples of initiatives. Of course, we're a signatory of the Publishers Compact that supports the Sustainable Development Goals. We've ran a huge webinar last year focusing on open access research in the MENA. We had over 700 participants. It was an online event. This was last year. We do various activities during the Open Access Week. As an example, we've got a quiz going on, but there's a lot of activities that happen. We all have seen the impact and the conversations that we've had in the past few days with the F.O.R.M initiative. There's some debate on the name, and that's been taken on board. And already we've got some new suggestions on the name, the name moving forward. But definitely, we've received a lot of interest, and we believe this will gain a lot of momentum. And the idea is to have the annual event with ongoing events throughout the year. We talked about predatory publishing so many times today. From our side, within the company, we've translated the Think, Check, Submit initiative into Arabic in order to raise awareness. So the Think, Check, Submit Submit is basically a global movement to raise awareness against predatory publishing. We translated that into a couple of languages. We started a spin-off initiative in partnership with them called Think, Check, Attend. So we've all talked about predatory journals, but we haven't talked about predatory conferences, which also is a huge issue in the scientific community. So we've created a platform called Think, Check, Attend. I think our largest user base is from the US, and basically it provides you with guidelines and a traffic light system. You answer some questions and then you get answers back whether that, okay, this seems like a suitable conference, I would try and find out more, or I'll avoid it based on the evidence that it is available. And last but not least is the project that we've started with Zendi. And what Zendi is we're really trying to tackle the issue of discoverability and accessibility of scientific information worldwide. And so the issue that has been raised before is the issue of paywalls and the affordability in different countries where scientific literature is not available cheaply. Scientific information is limited to an academic or a researcher belonging to an institution where that institution happens to have subscriptions to top tier resources. If an independent researcher is there who does not belong to an institution, they are faced with a paywall where they have to pay 30, 40 US dollars for a single article. Now, if you want to do a literature review, you need, I don't know how many, 100, more than 100 articles. Is this a viable model? What happens that individuals, they end up going to pirated websites and try and find their articles on pirated websites, which is not the right way. But it sounds familiar to like what happened in the music industry and the entertainment industry. So these are the pillars that what Zendi is working on, is really to empower lifelong learning for students, researchers, and we're trying to tackle affordability in the countries where we've launched the Plus model. Accessibility, we need to level out the playing field. You know, where no matter where you are, you need to have that option to be able to have access to scientific literature. There is, of course, the open access, open science movement, but still there's a lot of content behind paywalls. A lot of the open access publishing that is happening is for recent content, is for new content. All the older content is still behind paywalls. What's happening to that? Yeah. So there needs to be innovative ways or business models to actually make content affordable. And my dissertation, I don't know, when was it, 18 years ago, was on open access business models just when it started. And giving that background, we came up with Zendi as an alternative solution in the meantime before we have a fully open access publishing world. So, as I mentioned, the publishing spectrum, you have OA content, then you've got the issue of discoverability, and that's why you see the rise of platforms that are helping with that discoverability. We had an example in the previous session. So it's really supporting the scattered open access content that is available around the world. Paid content is not available and affordable for all, and you've got the issue of illegal content. So that's why the traditional methods for publishing need to be somehow challenged, and new ways need to be introduced. And that's the birth of Zendi. Now, final thoughts, just to sum up all the conversations. Again, as I said, it doesn't matter if you're a single individual. We had an example of the library starting journals within the DHA. If there was no action from the library, these journals would never have existed, and that platform for the advancement of knowledge and sharing those findings would have not been there. So individuals, no matter where they are, in which institution, if there's a will to change, if there's an idea to make a positive difference, that can happen, and it doesn't have to be huge. Everything just starts with an idea, as long as there's action around it. And basically what we've achieved in the past 10 years in Knowledge is the testament to that, being persistent, starting with an idea. It's like running a marathon. In order to run a marathon, I've experienced it once, and that once was enough for now. You need to be really consistent. There's days that there's no energy. You've ended a full day, and the only thing that you can think of is rest. But just having that willpower to go overcome the pain and to go through that training, it needs that persistence and and that willpower to move forward. So it's like anything, but that persistency, that drive, that goal in mind, that vision that we were speaking of earlier, that all helps towards making those steps, giving you that motivation when technical things go wrong, where there's challenges, there's things to overcome. Even in running this conference, I've seen the work that the whole team has put forward in the past few months, but it's not giving up on those challenges. And then once you go through, you break through, you see the results. And when you see it even impacting one person and how much change it's making, it makes it all worthwhile. When you hear one positive comment that, okay, no, that was an interesting topic, that was an interesting talk, there was many findings. I'm now motivated to make this change happen in my organization. I've learned more. These are all positive messages that show, yeah, all that hard work, whatever you've done, has paid off. So on that note, I'll end my talk. And if there's any questions or answers, I'll pass back to Dr. Kamal. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
There is some questions about presentation by Dr. Bakheet or Dr. Karman.
Okay, thank you for both presentations. They're really very informative and very interesting. My first question to Bakheet is regarding the external users of your library. Is it open for individuals or for organizations? And if it is for individuals, are there any restrictions or like forms they have to fill and or paying a deposit for any lost materials or damaged materials, something like that?
Thank you for this question. Actually, first of all, our library is 100% electronic. We don't have even a single paper. Second, yes, we are dealing with individuals, so as we will not go within commercial and licensing things. Third, we are offering all what's available open access. When it comes to paid subscribed resources, the library is well managed and controlled by remote access application, and let me say the brand, it's Open Athens. Did I answer your? Thank you.
So I think we had a question over there.
Yes, thank you. Dr. Bakheet, I had a question. Was really excited to see these two journals that you're working with Karger publishers on. So two are with Karger and one is with Knowledge EU, correct? The journals that are with Karger, these are diamond open access. So is the model that that your institution is essentially paying a fee to Karger for all the publishing services? Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, Dubai Health Authority paid the publisher complete cost. And we are going 3 years by 3 years contract. We finished already 5 years, and next year we will renew another years.
Is there any other questions?
Thank you, Dr. Kamran. Thank you, everybody. Just wanted to give you a brief about what we're doing here in Egypt. We have a number of journals. We have 1,900 journals, Egyptian journals, and these are a lot of journals. So we had a plan to go with these journals so they can be indexed and visible internationally. So we have our incubator, which is the EKB tool for incubating the journals. And we reached 900 journals. Out of these, we could agree with the Supreme Council of Universities that we are helping these journals to move and be visible and in the international, with the international criteria. So we are evaluating the journals jointly with the Supreme Council of Universities, and whatever journals reach 7 from 10, we are working with them so hard by consultations, by providing them training courses till they are indexed. On the other hand, out of the 1,900 journals, we have about 350 journals which are having impact factor and indexed in Scopus and Clarivate. One of them is the second level on the world, taking the second level on the world for agriculture, which related to Ain Shams universities. It has a very high impact, thanks God. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're providing, EKB is providing to the whole community. We are providing the tool for publishing. We are providing the DOI. We are providing plagiarism, yes, plagiarism tool. So we are providing lots of services for the community. So I hope that now you have an idea about what's going in Egypt. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
And if you want, I have to add something because I am managing editor of directory of Open Access Journals, so I can help also. Okay, so you have you are welcome to send and all other journal from Arabic world. I am happy to help you. And, maybe one question to Karman and about knowledge foundation. I want to know the funding, how to get the funding to promote those initiatives.
Is this working? Yes. So in general, the foundation has an email. So any projects that are of any sort of seeking for funding, which is related to the mission vision, if you just write to the foundation email, they'll be picked up and discussed, and then with, you know, if all things come aligned, then it could be supported. So definitely there's an email I can share, was on the foundation website. And if you just write to the foundation because already I think the director of open access journals, there's some support that is going into so that's already happening. So yes.
Okay.
Right. And there's one more question here.
Thank you, Dr. Bakheet, for your insightful presentation. I just have one quick question. I was just going through the slides and I noticed that almost 1/4 of the submissions are submitted to predator journals. So is there any some sort of pre-submission stage that you assist DHA researchers? Also, did you consider the use of, let's say, cabals, for instance? They do have some what we call the white list and blacklist of journals, just to avoid and not to waste, let's say, 1/4 of those manuscripts. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. As for submission, no, we don't have. We usually urge and advise the DHA authors. Actually, we have an internal email and circulars going, I can tell you, weekly maybe, to the authors to fill the form and seek guidance. For the list you mentioned, yes, we as the librarians are using to answer and help those authors who want to select a journal, or for those who already drafted and published somewhere in a predatory journal. Thank you.
Hi, I had just one more question to Knowledge E, sort of a follow-up. How does your support system look like for open access journals? So are you providing everything for this new journal, the Dubai Journal of Nursing, for the platform, editorial, and et cetera?
Yes. So from the publishing side, there's all support except for the editorial team. So the editorial control is usually with the organizations themselves, but all the other side on the production, hosting, guidelines, advice, recommendations, all these things supported, all except for the scientific part of the journal, and that remains with any organization that we work with.
And how many journals are you?
So at the moment, predominantly we support conference proceedings, but now we've 6 journals that we started, and it's growing. Yes.
Is it okay? I must admit that I was never aware about the charity work that Knowledge E Foundation is doing. And after knowing that, I must say that you set an excellent example of corporations, how they should be social responsible about the community, and how you implement and support the UN SDGs in general. So I appreciate all what you're doing. Thank you.
Just once, it's, you know, it's our duty as a human being to be able to make some difference. So we've got this life in our hands to experience with all the things that we've learned throughout our life. So the whole idea is to, like, you know, in order to get where you are, you can't do it by yourself. So you definitely have the support of the community. So in return, whenever you are able in any capacity, I think it doesn't matter. And I started with that quote that it's you know, any change, we need to, you know, try and be that advocate of our change ourselves. Then you can make a bigger impact. So I think it's our duty, and it's, you know, if we just really take that thinking hat and, you know, really question what we're doing, I think we all try and support, you know, our immediate communities within our reach, and it's something that it would definitely grow. But I see it as a duty, really. Thank you. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, we can say that knowledge is Bill Gates, Arab Bill Gates Foundation.
Small gates.
Yeah,